Hello, and welcome to our 5th and 6th grade map activity that goes along with the 1913 Flood and Move of Osborn program. Now, today we're going to be looking at an 1896 map of Osborn, so this is prior to the move. And that's what we're going to be using to answer the following questions. So get out your map and get your questions, and we'll get started. So the first question is, the Sidestick family house is colored and filled in yellow. What is the name of the street where the house is located? What buildings are located northwest of the house on the corner of Johnston Street and Pearl Street? So we got to find a couple things there to answer this question. So the first part of that question is, where's the house located? So the house is located on Harrison Avenue. And you'll see there we have it circled, and it's above the second R in Harrison. So that's the Sidestick family's house. So the second part of that question is, what buildings are located northwest of the house on the corner of Johnston Street and Pearl Street? All right, if we're going to go northwest, then we're going to go up to Johnston Street from the Sidestick family's house. And then we're going to go west, which is left. And then that will take us to the corner of Johnston and Pearl Street. And then you'll see there on the corners, we have the school lot and a church. All right, let's look at question number 2. The Zeller family house is at an intersection and is colored or filled in green, however you want to look at that. So what two streets cross there? So let's look for the lot that is colored in green. So if we're looking at this map, we see the one that's colored in green. It's at the corner of Johnston Street and Julia Street. So that would be the Zellers family's home. Question number 3. There were only 2 streets in Osborn that ran north and south. So let's identify those 2 streets. And I'll give you a hint. Make sure you look at the compass closely before you decide on which 2 streets those are. So you'll notice, like I said, looking at the compass closely is important here because it doesn't go just straight up and down. It goes at an angle. So those 2 streets are Mill Street and Pearl Street. We have them highlighted there in blue for you. Question 4. By studying this map, what businesses and industries were in Osborn? So we're only looking for things that are actually identified on the map. So keep that in mind. And I'll give you a hint. There's some main ones that run right through the center of town. So we have 3 main businesses we're going to see here. The first is obviously the railroad line, which runs all the way through town, which we saw in the program too. But also, there's a warehouse, which we have there at Elizabeth Street and South Railroad Street. You can see it's right there on the corner. And then there's also a milling company. So if you go further to the right of the map, it's the one that's outlined in blue. It says right there, and it's actually written in there, milling company. Question 5. Of the 2 families, so the Zeller family and the Sidestick family, only one house was in the original part of town. Which family was it, and how do you know? So if we're looking at this map, one of the first things you're going to do is look at the legend or the key. So you look up in the top, and there's part of the key is in the top left, and the other part is in the top right. And if you're looking at that key, you see there that there are different parts of town that were added at different times, but there is one that's listed as original, and that's a pink peach color. So then we would go down to the map, and if you look at the map, it is the Zeller family's home that is actually in that original part of town. So that is how we know who lived in the original part of town. So for bonus points, let's do a little bonus. So what section of town is the Sidestick family house located? So the Sidestick family's house was actually located in the W.H. Cox edition. And if you look, it actually, I've outlined it there for you, it actually says W.H. Cox written in that section. So let's reflect a little bit. So if you were a resident of Osborn and you're going to have to move your house, what are some things that you might be thinking about? So think about the following questions. How would you prepare for the move? What are things that you would need to do? How would you feel? And why do you think you'd feel that way? So if you're like us, you probably came up with a lot of the same answers. So what would we do to prepare for the move? So what are things that we think we would need to do? Well, you're going to have to pack up belongings, maybe secure some loose items. You might want to remove fragile items from the house so that they aren't damaged in the move. You're going to have to purchase the land for the house and prepare that lot for your home to be moved to. You also are probably likely going to want to learn the layout of the new village. So where are the schools, the grocery, churches, anything else that might be important to you. And additionally, you may be wanting to find out where your friends are living if they've decided to move to New Osborn too. So how do you think you would feel and why? Well, it's possible that you are happy to be out of danger, or that you want to be closer to family. Maybe you're sad because you liked where you lived, and now your friends aren't going to be near you anymore. Maybe you're just angry at the entire situation, or worried that it's going to take time to meet new friends. It's possible that you're actually just excited for the new start and you want to meet new people. And honestly, most people probably had a lot of emotions, a lot of mixed feelings and emotions about this situation. So they could have been happy and sad about all of it, or worried and excited. So it's okay if you think you would feel those, because I'm sure that most of the residents did too. So we hope you guys had fun doing this little exercise along with the program. And we hope that you will join us for other programming on our website. Thank you very much.